Welcome back to Trojan Sports Now, and with us today we have the coach of the team that kicked off the Trojan Sports season. That's soccer coach Chris Bentley. Coach, thanks for being here today.
Thanks for having me.
As I said, you got things started off last weekend. 2 games, one against Alabama State and one at Stetson. 1-1 on the season now. Can you just recap those games for us?
Well, I think some of the things that catapult us towards winning on Friday probably got in the way of us winning on Sunday. We were committing a few too many numbers forward, and as a result, I think we kind of got busted up on the counter a few times on Sunday and gave them some chances we probably didn't need to give up. Having said that, we are creating chances in the attack, so it's one of these things where we're building towards conference, and I think we're steadily on our way towards our goals.
Now, just kind of give us a look at the makeup of your roster this year. Is it a lot of newcomers, a lot of veterans, a good mix of both?
I think it's a good mix of both. I think we've got some of the incomers have brought a great attitude towards training, just good skill level. They've got to get used to speed of play, but I think they've come in well. And our upperclassmen are just leading the way in a good way. I think they've got some good experience. They can really be a voice of reason for our newcomers. So it's a good mix.
All right, and let's take a look at your schedule this weekend. It's a big weekend for Trojan Sports, but you get it started with the Trojan Classic. Who's going to be coming here, and who are you going to be playing?
Well, we've got La Tech on Friday. We'll be playing them at 3 p.m. They're a good team. Last year they competed in the WAC, made the conference tournament, got some great results during the year, including drawing with us. So, I think this year they'll be much of the same. Well organized, well coached, and it'll be a full team effort for us to get a result, really. Other teams that will be participating are Jackson State, which we play Sunday, a little more athletic on their end, and the teams really with them is well organized. They're a good team play in many ways. So I think both challenges will be great for us to prepare for conference. The other team here will be South Alabama. We won't actually play them, but it'll give us a chance to see them for further down the road.
So you'll be there watching, kind of scouting
them out? You got it.
Now, give us a look at the rest of your outer conference schedule before you start the Sun Belt slate.
Well, I think we've got a good run of different teams. We've got UAB and Auburn. I think those will be great games to go out and play. They're in-state rivalries. Gardner-Webb fits in there, Kennesaw State. I mean, we've got a good group of teams that I think really will prepare us for the competitiveness of our conference. This year, I think it's anyone's conference in many ways. So I think having this setup that we do is really going to have us geared up and ready to go.
And one thing we've been talking about ever since last year, since we found out about the changes in the conference, is just the mix-up and kind of all the new faces. You've got some new teams on your schedule this year. What's that going to be like? Well,
I think one of the things that's a challenge for us is not really knowing, in a sense, what we're going to get thrown at. Texas State in the past has been very successful in different conferences. They've moved from the Southland into the WAC and have been very competitive in both. They did qualify for the WAC conference tournament last year, had a newcomer of the year. So I think they'll have a good team, certainly. They've got a great pool to draw from. Texas is a great soccer playing state. So I think that'll provide a new competition and a competitive team within the conference that's going to be something for us to challenge with. And then on top of that, we've got a team with Georgia State, another pool of great talent. We've got 6 on our roster that are from Georgia. Right. So another great pool of talent from that state. They've been in the Colonial the last couple of years and have been very successful competing. I think 2 years ago they made their conference tournament as well. So I think it's going to be a great mix of new teams and new players that are really going to have to make us step up.
Now, with soccer, is it something like, I know in football you always hear about they watch the tape. Do you get tape from these other teams, and are you scouting them and watching them, getting scouting reports?
Well, we certainly will. We'll do a video exchange. It's using Dragonfly. We'll check out our other opponents. I think the bigger picture for us, though, is analyzing our own play, understanding how to develop different schemes of ways to play against different opponents. So, as an example, this Friday against Louisiana Tech, we may play differently than we do on Sunday. Sometimes that's based on legs, sometimes it's based on weather, depends on the environment. Just there's a bunch of things that play into that. So it's really important for us to get a good feel for how we play as a team and control our variables, but also know what's coming at us.
Now, I know the conference tournament is way down the road, but it's going to be at Texas State this year, and that's going to be a good little trip out there. Yep. Just give us a look at that way down the road.
Well, I think, obviously we're going to be there. That's something that we set as a goal right away, and certainly that's our plan. I think, once we roll in, the goal is to have a higher seed. Hopefully we can win the conference. But, the goal is to have a higher seed, get ourselves ready, because winning the conference tournament prepares us for the NCAA tournament. It's the only way to get in, really. So automatic bids kind of fall out with our conference. Usually it's just one team that makes it. So it's important for us to really get ourselves in a good position to compete when we get to the tournament. And really, I think it's anyone's league this year. I truly believe that. I think Western Kentucky's always competitive, and I think with the additive of the 2 new teams, it just has really made it from top to bottom very, very competitive.
Now, let's kind of move on to a different topic that impacts the soccer team. I know Cardinal and black are the school colors, but y'all have kind of added purple to the mix with Project 19. Can you explain to the fans who may not have heard of it yet what Project 19 is and what you're doing with it?
Well, Project 19 is our way of trying to unite all of the Trojan Nation in an effort to help Kelani beat cancer. Kelani was diagnosed with Hodgkin's lymphoma. This happened over the summer. It started out as a cold, swollen lymph nodes, and gradually went into stage 3 Hodgkin's lymphoma. It's a scary thing for us. Athletes deal with a lot of things. They're tired all the time. There's things that come up, but you don't really translate that into potentially cancer. So she went home for a normal checkup in the summer, thinking she was coming back in 2 weeks for preseason training, and unfortunately, she's still at home. She's dealing with cancer. She's going through about to her 7th treatment out of 12 in chemo, and things are going well. She's in the battle for her life, but we had to find a way to get behind her. And she's quiet. She's the type of person that gets her job done. And we knew that we couldn't call it, Kelani's special thing that we did. We knew we had to create something that it was bigger. And I think for a bunch of different reasons. Number one, we could unite all of us, not just about soccer, not just about Kelani, for something that's a bigger goal. And one of the girls, when we sat down all together, shouted out we should call it Project 19, and we jumped with it. And we're very proud of it. It's been something that we've used social media to raise awareness. It's free.
Right.
And people have jumped to that, and it's been amazing. It's sent an incredible amount of love up to Kelani and helped her through her process. And we couldn't be more thankful for all the support she's been given. And we continue to try to send it her way as much as we can. And
there's plenty of ways to help, as you said, social media. How can you help on social media?
Well, I think the big thing is that not everyone might have as much money to really give. People can buy a bracelet. Right. That's great. But the big impact money and the big impact dollars might not come from the average person. Mm-hmm. But using social media is a great way for us to spread the word to find someone who might have that big donation. And everyone can do that. Mm-hmm. Everyone's got 15 minutes. Everyone's got 10 minutes to just go on social media, spread the word about hashtag Project 19, get it going. And if we can do that, I think the awareness will be spread, and we will find someone who can make a difference.
And what are the usernames? What is the Twitter handle? What is the Facebook page?
The username right away. So you've got Facebook. You've got facebook.com/Project19KD. Twitter is twitter.com, and then your handle is Project19KD as well. Okay. And then you can also hit us up on TroyTrojans.com/Project19 as well.
Okay, and not only has it been received well by the student athletes, there was a big reception, the big picture that I'm sure everybody saw, making the number 119 out of all the athletes, but kind of the student body has taken to it as well. I know a lot of organizations are holding events. Can you kind of give us a rundown of some of those?
Well, I think, that was the best part about Project 19. It isn't about just one team. It isn't about one player, and it got a lot bigger. Mm-hmm. And I think people jump to that. For instance, tomorrow night we'll have a Greek night where we're going to have all the Greeks into the Trojan Arena and do the same concept. We'd like to get them in a 19 picture. So that's something we're going to promote. This Friday we've got a burrito mile that KD is sponsoring. So Taco Del Mar's helping out.
Explain that to us. I know burrito mile, but there are different concepts of this, but explain this to us.
Sure. So the goal is you take down a 1 pound burrito and then take off and run a mile and see how it goes. So it's a lot of fun. I think that's the bigger picture. We'll have a men's winner, a women's winner. We'll also have first one off the table. So the first one that fins, we'll give it that way too for men and women. So it'll be exciting, but I think the bigger picture is we're coming together for a bigger cause. And that's what's been so cool to see all of Troy's campus kind of go. And there's still a lot of people coming out of the woodworks. There's people in the community. The Grove is going to sponsor a new event now. We've got a new cab service coming into town. They want to do a 50-50 raffle at the game this weekend, the football game. Mm-hmm. So there's just a lot of neat things that are coming together. And for me, as a coach, I'm not just teaching soccer. It's my goal to be here for the girls and support them, and to see the community coming through and doing this is just awesome, because the girls are seeing the bigger picture now. It's not just about them going out and winning games. They will win games because they have things in perspective.
Exactly. So if they want to get in contact with you, they should check out Project 19, or is there a way to contact you through email? Or?
Yeah, I think the best thing probably to do is definitely just get us on Facebook. Go on facebook.com/Project19KD. If you don't have that ability to do that, or you're not really into the Facebook stuff, shoot us an email at troysoccer@troy.edu, and we'll figure it out.
And one of the things that hit me the most about this, was one of the things on the bracelets that you're going to be selling at many events is the "No One Fights Alone." We all know someone who's been through something like this, and when you see a young athlete that it hits, it just really hits home. So good luck with the whole project, and hopefully we can make a difference with it.
Thank you, Jonathan.
Now stay tuned for what's coming up this week in Troy Sports.